Good morning. Today I want to share Luke 6, verse 35, which says, "But love your enemies and do good and lend, expecting nothing in return. And your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High. For he himself is kind to ungrateful and evil men." The devotional that went with this asked two questions. The first was, could you relax your grip on some of the tight hurt you're clutching? And the other question was, whom can you love extravagantly today, despite how they've treated you? Wow. Both of those questions really made me think, especially when I compared it with this verse. Because I thought of God and how often he had to forgive the Israelites over and over and over again. They kept turning their back and walking away and disobeying, but he would forgive them over and over again. And I thought of Jesus, who was treated so cruelly, and yet he loved and forgave those people who beat him and killed him. And I thought of people who have hurt me, whether it was by things that they said or things that they had done. And I have tried to forgive, and yet I've thought of times where, I may say that I forgive that person, but if I refuse to speak to that person, then have I really truly forgiven that person? And I could be doing things, even if it's just writing a kind note or a text to them or calling them, just to say, hey, I hope you have a great day. Just being kind and loving to them, instead of, I'm not going to talk to you, because that's pretty much showing that you haven't forgiven them. Now, I know that there are times that somebody has hurt you physically, or it's just a toxic relationship that you do need to distance yourself. But it's still important to forgive, because forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. It's so that you can say, I forgive that person, because that way you can release that hurt, that anger, that hatred that can build up, and resentment towards that person. You can release that. And it doesn't mean I have to be all loving and put myself into a bad situation again. But you can forgive the person and not hold on to that stuff. But there's other times we just get offended by, this person didn't agree with me, or they have a different opinion than me, or maybe they said something that hurt your feelings. And it's in those cases that we do need to say, you know what? I choose to forgive that person. I choose to not hold on to, I'm offended, but I am going to do something kind for this person. And it just kind of made me ask my own questions. That it was, we can choose to avoid people, or we can choose to forgive them and go out of our way to do something kind to them and to talk to them. What if we chose to show love to them instead? What if we chose to not get upset with somebody who has a different opinion or dare to disagree? Because there are people who get very offended when, you don't agree with them. And instead we said something nice to them, or we let them know it's okay that we disagree. We can still be friends. What if we went out of our way to show love and say or do something kind to someone who wasn't nice to us? What if we acted more like Jesus every day? How would that change us? And how would that change others? So I just want to encourage you today to do your best to be kind and loving to others, even when you think that they don't deserve it, because that's what Jesus would do. God bless. Have a great day.